Aqua's channel. You know, at this point, you're supposed to tell me shut up and you're supposed to take over.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my friend Uppbeat. We are very good friends. Today we're going to be talking about decisions and why we have so many to make and how do you even begin to make the right decision. And you know, Uppbeat recently completed National Youth Service, so she has like a lot of decisions to make in this life. So I thought who better to join me on this video than somebody that is going through all of this.
Like you're not going through some.
I mean, I have a lot of decisions I'm also making currently, or I had to make within the last 3 months. So yeah, it's been a fun time. I want to get into
basically we can just round it back to we're yet to talk about adults.
Yeah, basically,
because as a child I don't think I was overwhelmed with making decisions. Please, it's just for me to wake up, eat the ice cream, and they make the decisions for me. Last I'll say no, I don't want. Or
that
yes,
was
I
pretty
don't.
much easy, but then we were rushing to grow up and then we grew up and now
I was
like,
never rushing to
are you sure? There's not then when like you're at home, your family just does something and like only when I will grow up and I'll leave this house.
Yeah, there are times.
So you see, rushing to grow up, and now that we've grown up, we're like, but then
we'll survive.
You get to the point in your life once you're like out of uni or even sometime during uni where you have to start thinking of a lot of things like where do you live, where do you work, are you going to do
what
graduate?
job do you want?
Yeah,
which one would you take? Where to apply?
Do you even want to stay in the country?
In fact, it's as little as what clothes should I wear today?
Or even friendships become a conscious decision in that when you're in university, you know, you see them every day, so it's kind of like that the friendship is already made. But like once you're out of school, like you don't see people as regularly as before, and suddenly it's a conscious decision to check up on your friends, to keep your friends.
Very, very deep, because your friends will be your friends, like your real friends, so you know your acquaintances. They'll be everywhere in the world. I'm talking from experience. Everywhere in the world.
Pretty much.
And you have to consciously message them that, yeah, you people, what's up? Why have you not spoken in a long time? Things like that. So
yeah. And then there are even some friendships that you have to let go of just because some friendships are for some seasons and life goes on. So like there's a lot happening.
Yeah, a lot happening. It's happening.
So really what we're here to talk about is how to make decisions, how to make the right decisions. But you see, here's the problem. Right, who defines what if a decision is right or wrong? You cannot meet everybody's standard. It's not possible. Everybody's standard of wrong of right is very different, and you can't meet everybody's standard. So first of all, you have to decide for yourself what is right or what is wrong. Only then can you now decide if your decision that you made was right or wrong. You can't base it on the world standards or what your friend decided. It's not going to be the same thing. So you can't use that.
Because God created us differently, and we all have different traits, different desires.
So because your friend is deciding to go do masters in UK doesn't mean it's the same thing for you, really.
Yeah, or it doesn't mean she even do masters actually.
Yeah, really. So like, I know we're just complicating your life even further, but
we're basically talking from experience.
We'll get there.
I mean, sometimes in life you'll be forced to follow other people's paths. Well, we all have different paths. We all have different journeys, and adulting is pretty much stressful. And most people will say, in fact, everybody says adulting is calm. But adulting also comes, it gives you the chance to actually sit back and reflect on your whole life. Who am I? What am I here for?
Get to know yourself.
What am I built for? Do you get? You don't have to, because this person is probably traveling, I'll travel to, or this person writing this exam, let me to write, or
really. It's, you have to find out what works for you. And you know, each decision is going to be different even for you in different stages of your life. Each decision is going to be different, and so basically what we're going to with this is there are certain things that you can do to help your life, like to make decisions a little bit easier,
a little bit less stressful,
less
time taking,
because you can spend a lot of time overthinking
and
decisions.
a lot of sleepless nights.
And at the end of the day, it just becomes a cycle. Once you make that decision, then before you know it, there's another decision to be made. In fact, while you're making that decision, there's already another decision to make, and you just become, it's just a cycle, really. For example, I'll give you an example of one. For me, it's trying to decide where to live. She too also had to make that decision on where to live, and you pretty much have like 2 or 3 options,
and they all look good.
Yes, exactly. It looks like there's no wrong decision in this kind of situation. What then do you do?
Yeah, I know everybody's already saying to their minds, first things first, pray.
True, because like we said, you can't meet everyone's standard, but the one person that can guide your life really is,
if you listen,
really is God. And you know that one of the best sayings of my life is no one can have a better plan for your life than God. So you know that if you are following His leading, like there's no way you make a wrong decision because you are following God's leading, and like God will see you through even when it seems like it's a mistake. It's fine, you get back on track. It doesn't matter. You're fine.
I have a friend who keeps saying this thing. So whenever she wants to make a decision, she goes, first things first, God. And she knows of the fact that God is a merciful God. He is a father who would never want to see his children go astray. So she uses the scenario of God's plans, or God works in wonderful ways. So it's more or less like a Google map. The Google map, you set your the Google map, there's a destination and there's a path. Now if you mistakenly miss out on the route you're supposed to pass to get to your destination, because Google map will give you the shortest the shortest route to your destination, but if you pass another means or another way, it will redirect you back to that destination, even if it might take a longer time to get to that destination. So same thing goes for our decision making. Sometimes, I'm saying from experience, sometimes, when they say God's voice is not in the thunder, it's not in the earthquake, it's in that still quiet voice, and our minds are overwhelmed. Your mind is thinking 1 million things at a time, and you miss out of that still voice. But then making decisions actually involve trusting and having faith. If you don't have faith, if you don't trust, then you're about to make the wrongest decision. But God is still merciful to redirect you back to your destination.
As long as you just keep on checking back in with God.
And
about that whole overthinking thing, one thing I like to do is write everything down. I just like pour everything out of my mind, because the thing is that when you're thinking a lot, it takes a lot of mind space and you can't even process it well. I just pour everything down, like I write it down on paper or in my notes on my phone, and just write everything down. Write out all the options I have, even if I don't have options, where do I start from? I just write everything down, and then I can now read through it and actually see what's happening, or where God might have left clues that I might have totally missed, that sort of thing.
Another thing that also helps is creating a priority list. I learned this from a friend and also from my daddy, church daddy. So you have various decisions you need to make. Write them down. What are the pros of choosing this place? What are the cons of choosing this place? Then weigh everything. It actually helps, even if sometimes you may look ridiculous, or like I always put it, because I'm lazy, so it might look stressful.
You have to really think about, but then the problem is this: you spend a lot of time thinking worthless, like just thinking round and round and round with us, but not doing any constructive thinking. But when you sit down to write the pros and cons list, then you think constructively.
And it
how
becomes
is
clearer.
this? What is this? Like if it's a decision of moving now, you write the 2 places or 3 places you have in mind. why would this place be favorable? Okay, what are the downsides of moving here?
Well,
for example, if you are no friends, if you don't have family, like you really have to be honest with yourself, because really it's a list for yourself. You don't really have to show anybody if you don't want to, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be honest. But that leads us to the next point about, you know, being a problem shared is a problem half solved. A problem half shared,
in my case, it's always fully solved.
but you get the point of like sharing your problem with somebody, but then you have to be careful not to share your problem with just everybody or anybody, because there will definitely be people on the way that are just there to bring you down.
Yep.
That's just something about life. There are people there that they don't have anything good for you. And so, like, when you surround yourself with good friendships, good mentors, people that just pray to God to put those people around you, you can always go to them and ask them, oh, I have this decision to make. Even if it's just as little as pray along with me, it actually goes a really long way. And then you can, for some, you can even show them, go ahead to show them your pros and cons list, and then they can talk you through it. They can, you know how you have some thoughts in your head that are not formed, but when you're talking it out with somebody else, it kind of like comes and becomes a little bit clearer. That's
I like to
really
use the scenario of, you see things in black and white,
Yeah.
but people help put colors.
Yeah.
Because I had to make a decision where I only saw things in a particular way, and by the time I spoke with one or two people, I realized that, wait, how are you thinking only in this direction when there were a million and one routes to it?
Yeah. So you might have thought that something is like do or die, but really there are other ways that you could get it done, and that's what talking to people helps you to do. So that's also a good one.
So surround yourself with people that will actually help. People that
and that's also a conscious decision you have to make, by the way. So
no man is an island, really. Friends are the best things that could ever happen to you. I mean, looking at Jesus, person we're supposed to be emulating. He had disciples all around. It was not a one-man church. He had people. And the Bible also says the church is not just made up of one person. It's made up of different outlets, different people that are performing different purposes. So you need to actually, as an adult, you can't make headway if you're not surrounded by people, if they aren't mentors, or you need to actually surround yourself with people like friends.
And even also you should take it upon yourself to begin to mentor people also, because it actually helps you. Being a force of good in someone else's life, being a mentor to somebody else, I don't know how to explain it, but it impacts your life in a very beautiful way, in that it helps you to also see things clearer, and helps you to understand things clearer. Also, it helps you to grow closer with God, because then you're not just thinking about yourself all the time, you're thinking about other people also, I think.
Actually, it also helps you build yourself, because you don't want to follow anybody's hand.
True.
So you would build yourself more by reading books. Read books.
Really read books. There's a good book on how to make the right decision every time. 10 Keys to Finding God's Path or God's Purpose or something like that. There's a book like that, and I know that it's really good.
Don't be like us. We're still struggling with one book since January.
But I've read other books in the meantime. It's because
that one book is something she has not finished.
We'll finish it. We'll get there. But like, don't be like us. Read books, and like there's so many sources of information out there. Just make sure you're finding the right source, and make sure God is guiding you.
We are the internet generation. Internet can be constructive and destructive. So find the right information online.
Internet, social media, all of that. And while we're on the issue of internet and social media, especially when you have decisions to make, don't start comparing yourself with other people. In this whole adulting thing, it's like you are like at a stage in life and you see somebody that is at a way higher stage, but it's like it's the same age with you, and you're like,
and you're still here.
God, when that sort of thing, and you're like, what on earth is happening? And you end up in this cycle of comparing yourself.
Breakfast. Do you get it?
And it's like you're not the same as any other person. You are unique. your path is unique. If you end up comparing yourself, you end up living your own path and trying to join their path, and it just doesn't work like that.
And you will never notice the blessings that are in your own path. Because you're looking at another person's blessings. Where you are right now, there's something you're actually meant to gain. There's something you're meant to learn. There are people you're meant to influence. But because you're only blindsided, or what word did I use? You're distracted by another person's success, or that person that you both finish school, but this person is working in that multi-million company, and you're still here, probably searching for a job or doing a business that is not yet there. But please, sometimes you only look at, I recently read, was it a book? We only look at people's blessings. We fail to look at what they are also doing.
True.
That person that is here, probably has a family back home that he has to support a lot. While you that are here, your family is very supportive of you, and you don't have to support a whole barrage of extended family. So stop looking at that person.
It's easier for us to see other people's blessings and like, oh, this person is doing so well, but we find it very hard to see our own blessings, like the little things in our life that other people will be looking at and will be amazed. We find it so hard to see, which is why it's also good to be friends with people, because your friends will actually point out your blessings, because you might not see it by yourself, but your friends will be quick to say, see this thing that just went really great for you. You won't see it, but
so you need to learn. Then another thing that could also help you is write down your day-to-day activities. My dad tell me, journal, write out your testimonies, your blessings.
So cliche, but
sometimes you might forget, trust me, but it takes going back to that book and looking before you actually realize that the Lord has actually blessed you. But you might miss it because
even if you can't write it every day, at the end of every week you should be able to write down like gratitudes, like what you're thankful for this week, what has gone well, what has gone terribly even, but just like that accountability to yourself.
But another thing that could also help with, because it has helped me a lot, trust me, see, it will always come, the temptation to compare yourself will always come, but one way to help yourself is be happy for that person. Pray for that person. At the same time, pray for yourself. It's not easy, jealousy will come, temptation will come. In fact, people
so many things related to
you're not comparing yourself.
People start comparing you to other people right in front of you.
It's human nature, but try to be happy for that person. Hey, let's come to the issue of marriage. People compare you.
I mean, like, there's no one age fits all. You can't, because somebody that is your classmate, your age mate, got married and has 2 kids. So that doesn't mean you have to be married and have 2 kids also. Now, of course, it's a different issue if you are consciously pushing people away because of I don't know why. I mean, that's a completely different.
We're deviated.
But that's why I said that's a completely different issue. But when it is that you're just on the goal of comparing yourself for entirely no reason, your time will come. There's no rush. Calm down. Cool.
Bogoala Maje breakfast.
What is Bogoala Maje breakfast? Kini?
Auntie, come down from your UK chair. We're in Nigeria. Bogoala Maje breakfast.
I mean, like, how does that relate to? Let's not. I know what it means.
No, let me break it down to you. Are you listening? It means eventually everybody. Well, this is my own meaning. There might be other meanings, but eventually everybody will eat out of the most important meal of the day. To get
and don't let anybody put pressure on you. Because when you're under pressure, you can tend to make like stupid decisions that should never be made. So don't let
tend
that
to make
happen.
mistakes. When you make decisions.
Don't let stress be the factor for your decision making.
Just calm down.
And trust
this
God.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't build yourself. This doesn't mean you shouldn't try to
personal
be the
development
best version of yourself. This doesn't mean you shouldn't take the online courses. You shouldn't take the trainings. No, it just means don't compare yourself with other people. Don't make decisions under pressure. ensure you pray and listen for a direction. To ensure you trust and have faith while you're listening for the direction. And most of all, have friends, have mentors, discuss things with them, because no man is an island. Everybody needs that support system. Trust me.
And she has finished summarizing the whole discussion for today. So I mean, if you have any other,
if you have questions,
suggestions,
kindly put it in the comments, please.
It's in the comments. And if you have any suggestions on what else you would like us to talk about, also leave that in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see you in the next video.
Hopefully I will be here.
Because
she's not proud. She's not used to invite me. She needs to like
since when we've been planning this video.
But
we've been planning this video for so long.
Dragged myself from
you
my
did not
house.
drag yourself. I dragged you.
You didn't drag me.
Okay.
And I wanted to bribe you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Anyway.
Oh, you know my suya for me. I want suya.
Sorry. Thank you very much. I know she will cut this place, but thank you. We're happy.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time.